Welcome back to Grow with Bilal Jawaid. Let me tell you something most people don't realize. Spreadsheets don't usually fail loudly, they fail silently. One small mistake, and your SUMIF, your VLOOKUP, your pivot table keeps working just with the wrong answer. No warning, no error, just bad data. And it all comes down to four simple rules. Today, we uncover those rules. Then, we move to something even more powerful: cell references. This is the reason formulas break when you copy them. You learn how to control that, how to lock cells with dollar signs, and how to do it instantly using the F4 key. We'll also unlock shortcuts that let you move across thousands of rows in seconds and named ranges so your formulas finally make sense just by reading them. Let's begin. Before we write a single formula, there are four data entry rules every spreadsheet needs. Break any of them, and COUNTIF, SUMIF, VLOOKUP, and pivot tables will produce unexpected results. Rule 1: no merged cells in the data area. Look at row 2. Every column header sits in its own individual cell. Column A has its label. Column B has its label, each separate. Merged cells break sorting, filtering, and pivot tables. They look tidy visually, but they are a formula disaster. Never merge cells inside a data area. Rule 2: no blank rows inside your data. Our data runs continuously from row 3 to row 48. No empty rows anywhere in between. A single blank row breaks filters and pivot tables. Excel thinks the data has ended at that gap. If you need to visually separate groups, use color coding, not blank rows. Rule 3: consistency in text values. Look at column C, department. Every entry is exactly one of seven values: HR, finance, operations, admin, IT, production, quality. No abbreviations, no spelling variations, no extra spaces. One mistype entry means that row gets missed in every formula that uses it. We fix this permanently with data validation dropdowns, covered later in the course. Rule 4: one type of information per column. Joining date is only in column H. Date of birth is only in column I. Each column has one job and one data type. No merged cells, no blank rows, consistent text values, one type per column. Four rules, zero exceptions. Cell references are the single most important concept in all of Excel. Everything else builds on top of this. Go to Employee Data. Click on cell L3, Gross Salary. Look at the formula bar. It shows equals J3 plus K3. Click L4, J4 plus K4. Click L5, J5 plus K5. The formula adjusted automatically when it was copied down. This is called a relative reference, the default behavior in Excel. A relative reference shifts when you copy a formula. J3 in row 3 becomes J4 in row 4 because the reference moves relative to where the formula sits. Most of the time, this is exactly what you want, but sometimes a reference must not move. Go to the salary sheet. Click on cell J3, the PF deduction column. The formula references settings $H$3, a fixed rate stored on the settings sheet. Those dollar signs make that reference absolute. That rate applies to every row in the salary sheet. Without dollar signs, when the formula copies to row 4, it looks for settings H4, which is empty. The result would be 0 and wrong. Dollar signs lock the reference so it never shifts. The fastest way to add dollar signs while typing a formula, click on any cell reference, then press F4. It cycles through four options: fully locked with dollar signs on both the row and column, row locked, column locked, and fully relative with no dollar signs. Press F4 once, you get $H, $3, both locked. Relative references shift when copied. Absolute references stay locked. F4 toggles between them. You will use this in every formula from here onwards. Our dataset has 46 rows and 14 columns, and keyboard shortcuts let you move through it in seconds. Control plus right arrow jumps to the last filled cell in a row. From A2, Control right lands on N2, the last column. Control plus down arrow jumps to the last filled cell in a column. From A3, Control down lands on A48, the last row of data. Control plus home takes you back to A1 instantly from anywhere in the sheet. Control plus end jumps to the very last used cell in the entire sheet. Control plus shift plus end selects everything from your current cell to the last used cell. Perfect for selecting your full data range instantly. To select an entire column, click the column letter. To select an entire row, click the row number. And the name box, type any cell address directly and press enter to jump there instantly. Type B3 and enter, you land on the first name in the dataset. Type N48 and enter, you jump to the last contract expiry date. Fast and precise. These shortcuts work in every Excel file. Practice them now and they will save you real time every day. Three more tools that you will reach for constantly when managing real HR data. Find and replace. Press Ctrl H to open Find and Replace. Let us say the department name Ops was entered incorrectly. It should be Operations throughout the file. In the Find What field, type Ops. In the Replace With field, type Operations. Click Replace All. Excel replaces every instance across the entire sheet in one click. A dialog tells you how many replacements were made. Click Options to expand the advanced settings. Match case. So Ops and OPS are treated differently. Match entire cell contents. So it only replaces cells where the full content is Ops, not cells that contain Ops as part of a longer word. Look in. Values, formulas, or comments, choose where to search. Find and replace is also powerful for formatting. Click the Format button next to either field. You can find cells with a specific fill color and replace them with a different color. Or find cells with a specific font and replace the font across the entire sheet. Control F opens Find Only. Useful when you just want to locate something without replacing. Go to Special. Press Ctrl G and then click the Special button. Or Home tab, find and select Go to Special. This opens a dialog that lets you select all cells of a specific type at once. Blanks selects every empty cell in the selection. Use this to find missing entries in your employee data sheet. Select the full data range first, then go to Special, Blanks. Every blank cell is highlighted. You can see exactly which fields are incomplete. Formulas selects only cells that contain formulas. Useful for auditing. Are there any unexpected formulas in a column that should be plain data? Last cell jumps to the last used cell in the sheet. Same as Control End. Go to Special is a data quality and auditing tool. Use it whenever you receive a file from someone else and want to understand its structure before working with it. Named ranges. An introduction. Every time you write a formula referencing J3 colon J48, you are relying on your memory to know that column J is basic salary. Named ranges eliminate that completely. Select J3 to J48 in the employee data sheet. Click the name box, that small box on the left of the formula bar that shows the cell address. Type basic salary, no spaces, use camel case, and press enter. Now, in any formula, you can write basic salary instead of J3 colon J48 equals sum of basic salary equals average of basic salary equals SUMIF department comma HR comma basic salary. The formula now reads exactly like plain English, and it works from any sheet in the workbook without needing a sheet prefix. To manage your named ranges, Formulas tab, Name Manager. You can edit the range, rename it, or delete it. Keep this list clean. Delete ranges that no longer apply. We will use named ranges throughout the rest of this course. Create them for your most used columns: department, status, basic salary, attendance percent, and your formulas will become readable at a glance. And that's a wrap for today. Quick recap of today's lecture. 4 rules: no merged cells in your data, no blank rows, consistent text values, and one data type per column, no exceptions. Now remember, relative references move when you copy a formula. Absolute references stay locked with dollar signs. Use F4 while typing to switch between them. You'll use this a lot. A couple of shortcuts to keep in mind: Control H for find and replace, Control G for go to special, and start using named ranges. Writing equals sum of basic salary is much clearer than equals sum J3 to J48. Same result, much easier to read. In the next video, we'll start working with real formulas: sum, average, min, max, and subtotal. If this helped you, like the video and subscribe. And if there's something you want me to cover or you have a question, just drop it in the comments. See you in the next one.